We've made it. We're past it. It's breaking news here in Spain. In the south part of Spain, down here in the Costa Blanca south. I think we are past the worst of winter. Yes, our 6-week winter, I think, is coming to an end, thankfully. The oranges are all coming off the tree, which is fine. Lemons are ready. It's not as much lemons as we had last year. In fact, there's hardly any. But what it does do at this time of year is makes you think about the garden. And it's needing a lot done to it this year. It does need a lot doing to it this year. And that's the downside. I'm going to be really honest. I mean, I've stayed in apartments most of my days. And there's a big difference from staying in an apartment to say somewhere that has a massive, absolutely massive amount of land with it. And whilst it's nice having all this land for the dog to run about in, when you are of working age, like what we are, it's then finding the time to keep it up to the way that you would like it. And it's either that or you just get a gardener in. That would probably be the sensible thing to do. But then I sometimes think that, you know, you just get the feeling of accomplishment when you do things yourself. And yeah, maybe I'll get the gardener in. So there are lemons on the tree. This tree was cut right back last year. We've took a lot of the lemons off already. Little ones there. We've took some of the bigger ones off already. The oranges. Oranges are doing fantastic. This one is almost, we've stripped this tree nearly, having fresh orange juice every morning. So this one has. And then the ones round the back. Yeah, we've took most of the oranges off that. There's not many left on this one. There's lots of oranges on this one. This one isn't quite ready yet. It's not quite ready to start picking. They're not. Needs a bit of water, I think. Not that I'm a farmer or anything. I couldn't tell you the difference, but. And then there are the trees round the back that we've been picking oranges off also. Nice big juicy oranges first thing in the morning with your coffee. But this year I have a bit of a dilemma on how far back to cut the olive trees. Now, we've had a fantastic crop of olives this year. For them to get eaten by a swarm of birds in the space of a day. We were a day late taking the olives off, and before we know it, there was a swarm of birds came in and ate the whole crop of olives, which is disappointing because it done so well. But I think it needs cut back a bit. They two, and then the one over the other two. Is it two? It's just the one over there, isn't it? So there is the 3 olive trees, but you want to try and get as big a crop as possible off them. One of the funniest thing about when we moved into this house is this. Anybody from Scotland will know what this is. It's a little fake Nessie. And this was hidden under a load of rubble. So it was obviously the previous occupant of the house that had the Nessie, and he was Scottish. But he left it behind. It's obviously been painted at one point, years ago. But yeah, that's when you knew the house was for us. But for how long? I'm joking, we're going nowhere. I'm just checking out. So some of the... I've not even started on the road. This time last year we had the rose bushes starting to go again. But this part of the garden is looking a bit worse for wear. And I haven't been watering it. And then there is the issue of the palm trees. We have got 10 palm trees that are needing cut. And I want to get them cut back. So it's all fun and games. And this is what I call, I mean, it's not a hardship. It's not a hardship whatsoever. I mean, it's a pleasure staying here. But it's all these extra costs that you need to factor in. And there's no way am I climbing up one of those to start hacking them down myself. So, spring is in the air. The cold nights seem to be receding. The weather has changed. And our 6-week winter is over and done with. We shouldn't really complain. It is just a short period where you have really cold weather. It's still chilly at night as soon as the sun goes down, but the temperatures are back up to what I call normal temperatures. They are back up to around about, it's 20 odd degrees today, and then it's going to be consistently about 18 degrees from here in, which is fantastic. It means that it's turned and that spring is in the air, and I would rather get ahead of doing stuff in the garden than let it all start to get overgrown again. And the one thing is, you never think about having to cut grass during the winter. I mean, that's a problem that you don't have in the UK. I mean, you can stop cutting the grass around about September in Scotland, August at the latest, maybe October if you're lucky, and then you do your last cut of the grass of the year, and then you don't cut it again until around about April. It's where here it grows all year round, and you've got to keep up with the maintenance of it. So anyway, that was just a little update with the garden, and to say finally it is passing the cold weather. Tell me what the temperature is with you, and tell me what you think of winter in Spain. Although it is fantastic, it can get really cold, and yes, you do need to put the fire on in the house, because the houses just don't retain the heat at all, which is the downside. But anyway, can't complain. It's only 6 weeks. Now, whilst we're getting the sunbeds out, Ginny, what have you got? What have you got? Come here, Ginny. Someone is using Jenny. What have you got? Show me. What have you got? What do you have? Jenny. What do you have? What have you got in your mouth? Why are you picking oranges off the tree? They're not balls. Why are you picking oranges off the tree? Yes. Come on. Where is it? Show me. Caught you. Why you got oranges? Why are you picking oranges off the tree? Jenny? Jenny? And that is the other issue that we have. Jenny deciding to pick oranges off the tree and think that they're balls. I mean, why else would there be round things growing off the tree? As far as the dog concerned, it's hers. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this short video. There's another look at the sun behind half a palm tree. Hasta luego.